Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Joyful Findings Show. This beautiful January 30th of 2026. We might as well just kiss this month goodbye because there's only one day left and it went by like a blink of an eye. So here we are. And we're all gathered together, and my computer just froze up. Don't mind it. It's being weird today. So I want to welcome all of you joining into this beautiful energy that we are going through right now, because we are on the roller coaster ride we pretty much have been waiting for. And we are still in the process of purging, right? Because the snake is purging. The fire horse, we get to start to run, because we have that coming up in a couple weeks. Marshall will be here to talk a little feng shui and Chinese horoscope stuff. But what have you all been experiencing as of late? Like, what have you been experiencing? I'm asking. And I'm writing down some names while I see you guys popping in here. Because this week has been like a whirlwind, and there's a lot of changes going on, and we're all going through some process of change, right? Shedding old skin, shedding old beliefs, shedding old whatever it is. We are just shedding it all. Like, we are just, this weekend in Florida, we're not shedding our clothes because it's too cold. That's why I'm in a sweatshirt today. And it's supposed to get colder. So anyone up north of me, I send you warm wishes, and we get through this weekend so we can get back to being warm and Florida-like. Because I'm ready for spring, darn it. New seeds, new beginnings. I'm ready for that, okay? And that's why through the years, I've always been telling you guys to think outside the box. Like, where does your passion lie? Like, if money was no object, what would you do with yourself? You know what I mean? What if money had no significance, really, and your all your needs were met, your housing, your food, just everything that you need is taken care of? What would you do? Because we've never had that. We've always been, we always have to work, right? So just set that aside for a minute, and really, what is it that you would like to do moving forward? Okay. Like, what would you do if you had, income that was indisposable and you could just do whatever you wanted without fear, right? Because a lot of us probably still live paycheck to paycheck. So there's probably fear there, which is not unheard of. You know what I mean? Because I was there, but God is telling me to trust. So we are in that trusting mode. That's why I put my sign back up behind me. You guys probably can't see it, and I'm not sure yet it is the right way so you guys can read it. So trust, faith in God. Okay. And which is funny because I'm going to read something later that I was sitting here at my computer doing a little work earlier. And I have my mother's and grandmother's Bible sitting over here. So I picked up each one of them and I opened them up and I flipped through them. And I was like, all right, they're wanting to talk to me today. So I do have something that I will be sharing from my grandmother's Bible. And this thing's so old, it doesn't even have like a copyright date in it. It just tells me somewhere towards the end that it was made in the USA. That's all I know. Which is really weird. And it has the Old and the New Testament in it. And when you try to read this is like the thous and that and stuff. So I put the chapter and the verse that I wanted into AI to summarize it for me, because that was way easier than me trying to twist my tongue, trying to talk in a way that we don't talk right now. But I'm going to share that a little later. I just felt like I was needed to bring that up right now. Yeah, so awesome sauce. There's a bunch of you guys jumping on here. And if I don't know your name, drop it in the chat if it's a name that I don't recognize when I get ready to say hello to everybody. Oh, that's Kavita over there. All right, gotcha. See, that was helpful, so I know. Yeah, so and with that, like, what is it that you want to do? What does it make you happy? Do you want to be an artist? Do you want to be a homemaker? Do you want to go out and plant flowers? You know, do you want to design buildings? You know what I mean? Do you want to design roads? Where's your passion lie? Because there's something inside of you that there's that passion about. Okay. There's something that lights your fire and doesn't feel like you're going to work every day. Okay. What would that be? You know what I mean? If you were going to play every day and the thing that you like to do, and you don't have to work it a whole 8 hours, you could do it 3-4 hours, whatever makes you happy, you know, so you have the rest of the time with your friends, your family, you know, doing fun things if that's what you want to do. You know what I mean? So it's like there's this new possibilities that are on the horizon for you. This is why I've been asking all along to kind of like, what is it that you want to do? You know what I mean? Because all those things are going to be able to come possible. All right. Because we're breaking all the old barriers that held us back from that. Don't you ever feel like you've been held back? And I said this back in 2020, like we would go to work and we go, oh, we hate our job. We hate our life. We hate this. We hate that. Well, we've been in constant change now for 6 years. Okay. In constant change for 6 years. Look at how far you've come in 6 years. And we're going to have to talk about that throat chakra again tonight because it's me and it's someone else out there because I can feel extra. And I feel like this might be collective. That could be why I'm experiencing it as well. Because I tend to do that sometimes. I help the collective find their voices. So what, and it's funny because the throat chakra came up today in conversation on the phone with my dear friend, and it's been, you know, something that's been arising, you know what I mean? I just saw my mother-in-law go through it, and I just had a friend that had it, and all these people are having, and I could hear it when I was in the store too, you know what I mean? When I was in the grocery store tonight, I could hear, you know, it's like everywhere right now. So there's this purging of that lung capacity, throat area, you know, and that lung area can also be that heart chakra area. So that could be like a lot of things that are getting broken up and cleared away as well. You know what I'm saying? Now that I'm sitting here talking about it and thinking about it more. So I feel like there is all this stuff that's being kind of shaken up inside our bodies, right? And it's right here, right now, you know. And see, I have to clear my throat again. So, and I've even put up some blue crystals in front of me to help assist. Okay. So I want you guys to see yourselves in your healing bubbles of light. All right. I want you to see it's 6 feet out. You're in this comfy bubble. You're sitting back, you're kicked back, you're laying down, whatever it is that makes you feel good. And you are just enjoying this energy of healing. Okay. This is healing going to yourself. This is going healing out to people that you can name off in your head if you want to, but bringing through this healing energy from past, present, and future healers, right? We're going to include it all because I feel like we're making that blend. And that's always kind of like been my MO. I always call in past, present, and future. I don't know why, but this is something I started when I learned Reiki or whatever. But, and just the messages that you kind of get in your head. Okay. Because I feel like a lot of you are starting to really get a lot of those, more intuitional messages. Like you're like spot on, you're spot on, you're spot on, you're spot on. And it's happening, more and more. And yay, I'm so proud of all of you because you're finding that connection that has been lost or disconnected. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of funny. I love that though. You can't make this stuff up. You just can't. All right, so I'm going to say hello to some of you all out here. Oh, Pooja's over there too. All right, I'm going to go over here. I'm going to do my peeps over here on YouTube first. So we got Kavita and Pooja and Richard. And that might be all I see over there right now that has said hello. Carol Ann's over there. What's up, girl? Thanks for my messages last night on your show. Kelly Jo cracks me up. I love her. Let's see over there. That's all I see over there. Over on YouTube. And then over here on Rumble, we got Pat and Jill and Roy and Maureen and Twinkle. Nice to see you again, Twinkle. It's been a little bit. We got Ruth Saltman. Woo! We got Barbara Preller in the house. Awesome sauce. Awesome, awesome, awesome. And I think that's all I see over there. If I've missed your name, just put it in the chat box again, and I will absolutely say hello to you, darlings. I also got Susie, and I know Dia is out there too. They only communicate through text, and I think Shirley's out there too because I did send her a link. Whether you catch it now or in the archives. Thank you, thank you, thank you for being here and being part of this energy and being part of this change that we're going through. So you know how I've noticed, like, I've seen, like, you know, I always see patterns, right? I see patterns all the time. No matter what it is, I can see a pattern. Okay. So, and I have a pattern of friends that I pay attention to that have been very closed-minded, that are now getting a little bit more open to seeing what the truth is rather than what it wasn't. Okay, because none of this has been true. We've been, you know, and that makes me think back, you know what I mean? Again, it's funny because my parents are popping up in my thoughts today. And this situation that I had with my dad, it was probably a month or so before he passed away. And we're driving in his truck, you know, and I forget where we were going. We were going to some auction or something. My dad loved auctions. We went to auctions weekly. So I was going to an auction with him. And all of a sudden, I kind of like daze out in the mirror, and I kind of start visualizing all this stuff in the mirror. And I looked over at my dad, and I'm like, is this a dream, or is what I just saw in that mirror like the real thing? You know what I mean? Because it felt like I was somebody totally different in that mirror, in that truck, that in that ride. Yeah. So sometimes that's kind of, I imagine how some of you might feel as well. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm just kind of talking here. Welcome, Marsha. Yeah. So lots of changes are coming. I feel like February is going to bring more of those changes for all of us. Good changes, because these are all like progressive changes, right? They have to happen for the next step to happen. Okay. And that's where kind of like that trust and that faith in God is coming from right now. You're kind of like doing it blindfolded. You're like, I got this. We can do this. You know what I mean? So let's clear that throat chakra. I'm going to put some kyanite right there on my throat for a little bit. Ooh, that was powerful. Can you guys feel that? So also that throat chakra is you finding your voice, speaking your truth. Maybe you're learning how to do it with grace and ease, right? Maybe you're not snapping like you used to. Maybe you're thinking before you speak. You know what I mean? I feel like there's some of that going on out there, you know, because it's really wise to choose your words when speaking now, so that you convey exactly what you're thinking and feeling. Yeah, so I'm seeing some of that go on too. So I'm kind of excited about that. I'm excited you guys are doing so good out there. It has not been an easy ride. This has been one life lesson after another on so many different levels. And we had to experience all the things in the manner that we did for wherever we chose to awaken for the next step, right? And I feel like we're in that space now where we're going into that next step. Okay, we're stepping into the unknown, but it's going to be better than it's ever been before, right? Because we didn't like all the stuff over here, right? There was traumas, there was drama, there was, you know, you name it, we've had it, right? Along with the joy. Don't forget, we there have been some joyful moments, but really, we've had more lessons to awaken us in the right time. So I feel like that's where we are right now. Okay. I feel like that's where we are right now. We are awakening on a whole new level. The ascension thing, right? They've kept us grounded in this energy, right? They've kept us grounded so that we couldn't see or feel anything above a certain level, right? And now we're kind of like breaking free. It's kind of like we were stuck in the mud and we're kind of like broken free, or the mud is dry. You can just walk out of it now. You can just, walk out of your boots and just walk across it now. So whatever all that is, you guys are making great strides. I just want to put that out there. You really, really are. Okay. So yeah, I want to go to that verse. Let me pull it up over here so I can see it. Let me get this. Well, it's going to stay right there. That's fine. I don't see anyone new popping on. Just hold on while I pull up my little thing here, my friends. Right there. Okay, so while I was going and picking through the different Bibles, and I have 4 of them over here. And one of them is really, really big. And it's funny because the one I pulled out of that I was going to share, but this one seemed more... what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know. It just seemed to go along with what I've been thinking and feeling lately. You know what I mean? All right. So it was Isaiah chapter 60. So I got AI to give me the summary. So that's what I'm going to give to you guys. Is a prophetic vision of future glory, restoration, and blessings for the Zion, Jerusalem, and Israel. And you guys can take this however you want, but this is how it came from the Bible. Often interpreted as describing a Masonic age or the ultimate kingdom of God. It contrasts profound global darkness with radiant divine light shining on God's people. The key summary and the points: arise and shine. The chapter opens with a stirring call. Arise, shine, for that light is come, and the glory of the Lord is risen upon thee. While deep darkness covers the earth and its people, the Lord's glory rises upon Zion, making it a beacon. So this is one of the things, like, you couldn't ask for something better. There's more, but this is what I've been, this is pretty much what I've been saying to you guys. This is pretty much what I talk about a lot. I can't make this stuff up. Hey, Lanka, I see someone else's news out there. Okay, so nations and kings are drawn. Genty nations come to the light, and kings in their brightness. The reverses Israel's former humiliation. Return of exile and influx of wealth. Scattered sons and daughters return home. Caravans of camels and Midian and words I can't say bring gold, frankincense, and praise the Lord. Ships from somewhere else I can't pronounce, Tarisha or something, and distant coastlands carry returning children along with silver and gold. Foreigners rebuild walls and kings serve. Are you not lit up just a little bit by me reading this? Because there's a little bit more that I'm going to go. Abundance and prosperity and security. Gates remain open, continuing to receive the wealth of the nations. Nations that refuse to serve perish. Materials from Lebanon beautifully with the sanctuary. Former oppressors bow in submission. This is what we're talking about, people. And on so many different levels. Everlasting joy. Joyful findings. That's where we are. Everlasting joy and righteousness. Violence, devastation, and mourning. And it ends. It ends. The sun and the moon are no longer needed as the Lord becomes an everlasting light. The people are now all righteous, inheriting the land forever as God's planted branch. What is little becomes 1,000, and the Lord hastens in his name. So it's funny because, sometimes when you just flip open a page, and get a message, it just validated for me you know, and of course, my mother and grandmother, they're sitting over there, they're talking in my ear. So spirit is talking to us, right? Because they all have a voice. They want you to find your voice. They want you to find your joy. They want you to break free from all that was. Be free. Be free. You know what I mean? Be free. Yes. Yes, yes, and yes. I love that. Blanca, did I write your name down? I did not. Blanca. All right. And tomorrow night, ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow night is also the Spiritual Message Circle, 8 p.m. The price is now $25 for that message from Goldylocks Production host. So I look forward to seeing you guys there because I will be there. I will be one of the hosts there giving messages. So let's see who else shows up tomorrow night. It's always fun to watch how all the messages kind of blend together. You know what I mean? It just makes so much sense, you know, especially for the person getting it. You know what I mean? Because I hear feedback all the time. They're like, wow, did you hear how they just kind of went from there and that and that, and they all like connect the dots, and it's pretty amazing, you guys. So check it out tomorrow night. Goldylocks Productions, Spiritual Message Circle. Fabulous. Fabulous. All right. So yeah, so I'm getting a lot of that. Yes, the new golden age. That's correct, Richard. And we're getting there. We're slowly getting there. It has taken a lot of time because, again, a lot of those old structures had to fall. And don't forget, these structures have been in place before we've been alive. Way longer than we've been alive. Way. But God sent his army down, which is us, right? That's why I just read that passage. So yeah, I love that. I love when things kind of like just talk to you and kind of like, you know, like even just like it could be any book. Like it could be any book. I want you guys to start opening random books and be like, all right, what's my message? All right, I'm going to use this book for example, because maybe there's a message here for us. So I'm just going to stop on a page. And actually, the ram is the first word that I recognize. And that's funny because I am a ram. But new beginnings, right? And that's something I'm talking about right now. You can't make this stuff up. I wish I could, but I really can't. You know what I mean? So making necessary sacrifices for successful new beginnings. Woohoo! Initiate, don't think about new endeavors. Take advantage of small openings. And that's funny because last night I went out with my girlfriends for a hot minute, and we were talking, and you know, two of us are Aries and one's a Scorpio, and we're just a firehouse together, right? Because Scorpios, you gotta love them. That's why my dad popped in too, because he was Scorpio. Forgot what he said now. Oh yeah, he brought me to the truck. But it's like once you kind of like say something, or you put the thought out there, you put your desire out there, right? You are initiating the intent of what it is you want to do. So I feel like we are going to be stepping more into the intent of what it is we truly want to do without all the fear and anxiety, right? Because we're going to do these things, right? We're going to trust, have faith in God, right? Because he's our Father. He created all of us in his image, right? And we are all creators, right? We are all creators. So we've been limited in our creativity, and now we can truly think outside the box. And that's what I've been trying to do. I've been really trying to, like, what is it that I really want to do? You know what I mean? I love doing this show, and I love doing my readings, and I know I have to get out in the public more. You know what I'm saying? So I have an idea of what I'm supposed to be doing. Now it's initiating all that to come into fruition, right? So it's like stepping blocks, like these little stepping stones that kind of popping up for us right now. So good night, Richard. Have a good night at work. So yeah, there's a lot of stepping stones that are popping up for all of us right now, and many more, and doing it with blind faith, right? Because, all right, God is saying, all right, it's time for a change. I'm going to trust in that, and I'm going to do it. You know what I mean? I'm just going to do it. And I have the itchiest throat tonight. What is up? I'm going to have to go get a cough drop, you guys. All right, let's see what happens here. All right. Jill says they'll be there tomorrow night. Awesome, Jill. Awesome. Awesome. Yeah, maybe a bunch of you guys can join in there tomorrow night. And anyone that listens later, join in tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern time. It'll be a fun time. You know, if you have a friend that maybe needs a little bit of advice but doesn't want to do it themselves, you know, maybe that's the perfect gift you can give your friend. Maybe it's, you know, because I feel like there's going to be a lot of people, and I'm starting to see it now. I'm starting to see why God opened up doors that he's opened up and shutting doors that needed to be shut so that more doors would open. You know what I mean? Because there's going to be a need for us that are spiritually awake and connected to kind of like help those that are going to be like a little bit more freaked out and devastated about what they learn. All right. And I just saw a little glimpse of it on Facebook before I came on my show tonight. I was like, whoa, that's opening up a floodgate for that person. And I know them because I've read for them before. I'm friendly with them. You know what I mean? But it's like, I know at where they've been and where they're going with that, there is a floodgate that is going to open. And there's going to be a lot of emotion that our people are going to feel. Okay. And I don't blame them. I don't, because we all chose to learn whatever we're choosing and when we choose it. Okay. So, and I just choose to acknowledge what I know and still move forward. Because I know, like, since I've been 13, and I'll never forget it, standing there in my parents' living room and being like, I just want to be happy. Like, I want to know what it's like to really be happy in this lifetime. I still have not achieved all of that yet, but I am happier than I've ever been in my life because, trust me, I was an angry person back then. You know, but we have a lot of growing that we had to go through, and we've gone through a lot, and we've gone through it together because some of you guys have been with me on this show since I started it, and thank you. Much love to all of you. And thank you to the new people that are joining too, because I feel like we need to join in these communities and have more conversations. Now, what I was getting, and I just got this just now in my head, because I wanted to start doing more things, you know what I mean? And I don't know what those things are yet. They're still just things to me, but I know there's things, like there's things. Okay. But all of a sudden I just had in my head, like, would like some of you people that have been following me for years like to come on screen with me for a little bit, just chat a little bit. Because I feel like there's something that needs to be shared that I'm missing. And maybe that's something that you guys can bring through. So I'm just curious because I'm going to have Marsha on in a couple weeks, but we're going to be talking about Feng Shui and the Chinese New Year's. And she's going to bring her little Feng Shui card. So that's going to be a lot of fun. So let's kind of mix it up this year. I don't know why. I feel like someone out there has something they want to say or share. And I feel like you would do it on screen. Like there's something that you can say to inspire somebody. You know what I mean? So it could be any of you out there in the little land there. You know, just shoot me an email or whatever. Or go to my website and send me a little message. Whatever you got to do. Or if you have my phone number, text me. You can find that on my website too. But text would be easier. I'll definitely see that first. But anyways, this is a good time to have a word from my beautiful sponsors, beautiful Marsha Morris of Feng Shui My Space. If you guys are ready to switch up your space, whether it's your home, your office, your RV, your outdoor space, whatever it is, whatever space you got, You know, maybe it's an event space. Maybe it's a wedding event space. You know what I mean? I don't know where that just came from. Maybe someone's going to contact you like that, Marsha. But anyways, if you guys have that space that you're looking to feng shui and change up the energy for you and all, then check out Marsha Morse of Feng Shui Space. Check it out, guys. Awesome. Thank you, Marsha, for being a sponsor to the Joyful Finding Show. You guys reach out to her. It's still the beginning of the year. Change up your energy in your house this year. Do it, do it, do it. Thank you, Marsha, for being a sponsor of the Joyful Finding Show. Thank you. Now, if you guys are all looking for all natural products and someone that really cares about what you're putting on your body, check out lolablueliving.com, you guys. Amazing, amazing products. From shampoo to deodorants to candles and room sprays, magnesium sprays, you name it, she's got it, and she'll probably be creating more. Check it out, you guys. Discover the art of clean living with lolablueliving.com. Handcrafted in Northport, Florida, our natural soaps, soy candles, and shampoo bars bring eco-friendly luxury to your daily routine. From refreshing sugar scrubs to soothing CBD massage creams, every product is made with love and care. Elevate your self-care game and shop now at lolablueliving.com. Feel good, live better naturally. Yes, you guys, check out lolablueliving.com, and you guys can use the code PARKS1 till tomorrow night at midnight. But I already know what code 2 is. So it's Parks2 for February. So if you order between tonight and tomorrow night, use Parks1. If not, Parks2 for February. We're catching up on the game here. We've all been so busy. And I want to thank Lola Blue for being an amazing person and making amazing products and being amazing with the community. So that's what we're all about. We're about supporting our community. And those that support us, we support each other. So that's what that's all about. Because every month I have a meditation and connecting to your higher self down there at Lola Blue. And it's so cool. It's so cool. I love going down to Northport and meeting some new people. Because most of all my work has been up in Sarasota area, you know what I mean? And there's not a lot to offer down there. So it's cool that I get to go down there and share some of that. I love it. So thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. So yes, if you guys like to tip or donate, you guys can do that through the Rumble Rant or my Venmo. YouTube is not accepting those yet. Get us up over those views, and then we can start accepting them there again. But those tips and donations are greatly appreciated. Not necessary, but definitely appreciated. Thank you. So I see I have about 16 of y'all that I'm going to read for in about 25-ish minutes to wrap up this beautiful hour. But I can't believe this month is already gone, my friends, my friends, my friends. All right, so here's the deal. What's going on tonight? What's going on? Let's see. How am I going to do this? What am I going to do? What am I going to do? All right. I'm awfully chatty tonight, aren't I? All right, it's 1:30. I need to write that on this paper too because it's important. All right. All right. Who's going to go first tonight? Who's going first? Well, Pat, you get to go first tonight. Pat, you shooting little star, you. Okay, so you are making progress in the direction that you would like to go. You are in the process of, there's something transitional going on for you right now whether it's letting go of an old pattern that you've just recognized. It's something that you're totally going to let go of, okay? And it's going to free you up because it makes me feel a little floaty, you know what I mean? So I feel like oh, Barbara, you're going to be next. But I feel like there's transitional either with monetary, job, housing, maybe all three, because I feel like there's going to be an abundance of growth in those areas this year. So if you're looking to change things up or whatever, this is the year to do it, Pat. This is the year to take complete control of everything you felt like you lost control of, that you're not actually losing control of. You're just gaining it all back. That's what I'm getting for you today, Pat. I'm going to leave that with you, dear. And Barbara, thank you for that donation. You're the best. You're next. All right, Barbara, let's see what's shaking in your world. Oh, you need to rest a little bit, recharge a little bit, play your bowls a little bit, listen to your guides a little bit. Oh, light language. Light language. Oh, I'm getting that big time. Light language. Did you start talking to this somebody on the plane or near the plane, or like to hold the energy in a way that felt significant? It's the best way for me to describe that. Yeah, powerful, girl, powerful. Okay, and once we get into February, there's going to be a new forward motion. There's going to be this new, and it's like, it's so funny because I feel like you're getting on like a toboggan. If that's what it reminds me of, the toboggans, the old wooden ones with the little thing there, you know. But I feel like that's what it was. But I don't feel like this is you getting on one physically. This is more energetically, because you just kind of like slide on out. Like you're like, it's winter and you're just sliding on out. It's so funny. But you're having fun doing it like you were a child. You know what I mean? And they're saying more fun to be had. Oh, much more fun to be had. Much, much more. Especially once you're able to move. I don't know where we are in that space right now, but I don't feel like we're far away from transition and change in that world. Okay. So everybody pray. Barbara gets people going in to buy her house because it's time for her to move. So if we all send some energy out there to North Carolina, and if anyone wants to just go up there and live, she's got a cute little place for sale up there. So look into it. Okay. So I'm going to leave that with you, Barbara. Thank you for being here today. Glad you're back. You've been traveling. All right, Pooja. Pooja, have you been extra stressed as of late? I feel like you really need to take a deep breath. Are you doing extra meditation or anything you can do to, like, you know, maybe, you know, just like get into like a new, what is it? Rhythm, energy. I see bells going off too, like jingling. Do you do belly dancing at all or anything like that? I don't know why I'm getting that, because I just saw those little chains, you know, that go make all the little bells and stuff. Because I feel like you need frequency to help make the adjustments. So whether it's the bells, it's part of the meditation, but also in your meditation, they're saying to be on the lookout for what you see in your third eye, okay? Because they're showing me that they're showing you visions. Okay, so they're wanting you to pay attention to all those and those new beautiful vibrations. So I'm going to leave that with you, Pooja. Thanks for being here. All right, Dia. This is funny. All right, Dia, your mom's stepping in right away and like high-fiving you. That's so funny because I'm just like, You know what I mean? And I feel like this is just, you are on the right track. This is mom saying, you know, I don't think she could be any more clear with the high five, right? Because high and five. Um, and there's that number 5 again. All right, something's coming up then. You and the 5s. 5. But anyways, mom's giving you the high 5. It's all a go. It's all good. Things are moving in the right direction. She's super proud. You know, she's super disappointed in some people, but she's not going to bring that up now. But you, in your own mind's eye, know exactly who those are. And she couldn't be prouder of the way that you're taking care of your dad and the way that he's feeling right now, because he has had good experiences as of late, or better than he has in the months that were behind us now. So brighter beginnings and new information will flow in front of you exactly when you need it without delay. So I'm going to leave that with a you, Dia. Thank you for being here there. All right, my friends, let's see who's next. Kavita. Kavita. Kavita, I'm getting is, since it's wintertime, this is great for you right now, but I'm getting that you really need to sit with yourself and really go within. And it's like, I feel like you're always trying to run to find yourself. Like I'm always trying to find myself outside of myself when I tap into your energy sometimes. So I'm feeling like it's time to come back to self. Just come back all to self, right? Because what is it you want to create from this moment forward? Okay, because I'm showing the blank piece of paper. What is it you want to create, Kavita? Like, where is your joy? Like, what is that? What is it completely that you want? And you're going to help connect the dots for yourself for you to be able to do that. Okay, but you have to come back to self. Don't reach outside of yourself for the answers. Trust the answers within, and it will lead you down a better path. Okay, it'll be a more joyful path is what I'm hearing. So tap into that, my friend. Tap into that. All right, let's see. Pat says, thank you for such a positive message, Melissa. You're welcome. You're welcome. All right, that's the only one I got so far. Yay, I'm so glad you guys are here. All right, let's see who's next. All right, Richard, I know you've gone to work, but that's okay. You work hard. Enjoy your evening. Richard, I'm seeing you adopting. I say adopting, but anyways, at Home Depot, I feel like you adopt some of the dead plants. You know what I mean? The ones that they're going to throw away. I feel like this is going to be like a side gig for you. I feel like the ones that they're going to just throw away, you kind of like pick them up and you take them home and you nurse them back to life. And then, you know, you have a side gig where you sell plants. You know what I mean? Because it was something they were going to throw away. And that's something that you give back to the earth by regenerating, you know, those little plants that could easily come back to life. Okay. So that's what I'm seeing for you, adopting little plants that were going to die and you're going to bring them back to life, Richard. So I love that for you. So go over in that section and see what they're throwing away and load up your car. All right, let's see what else I got. All right. Let's see. I already did Pat. Pat, I wrote your name down twice tonight. Haha, that's funny. All right, Twinkle. Twinkle. Glad to see you, friend. Let's see what's up in your world. All right, so you've just come through something. It felt like a wild ride. All right, so whatever you've just experienced, so you are coming back into a balance. You are finding your voice. You're finding your footing. You might be a little emotional because I feel like you're still kind of like purging some stuff in that sense. But just know that everything finds a balance for you. Like you are finding that balance. I feel like you went through a few transitions in the last couple years. You know what I mean? Probably maybe trying to find your own self or whatever. You know what I mean? So I feel like there's that going on for you. But just know that everything that you're doing and everything you're experiencing is going to bring that balance that you're looking for. And it's not far off, my friend. So just keep going forward. Awesome. Pooja says, yes, I was a little off track lately, not able to meditate properly, but slowly working to get back on track. Would remember your advice. Thank you, Melissa. You're welcome, Pooja. Do a little dancing, get some bells, and do some belly dancing too. Shake it out. Bring in some new energy into that space. All right, let's see. Barbara says, yes, it was so cool. Shared art ideas with inspiration with a young tattoo artist while on the plane. Perfecto. And when Jill says, when you get to, you can do us on short time. That's fine, Jill. It's funny. Like one of my clients always likes to call during my show. It's not time now. It's not time now. All right. Yeah, because we are running low on time. But I got you guys. I got you guys. Let's see. All right. Susie. Susie. Oh, that's right, Susie. I got to call you and get hooked up to that bio machine, baby. All right, let's see. No worries, no worries, no worries. Everything's kind of like you are being dropped all these different, it looks like you're dropping seeds. All right. It looks like you're dropping seeds right now for things that you want to create later on this year. Okay. So that's what I'm seeing right there. So I'm seeing you dropping seeds for things that are going to happen. So whatever you're thinking about this spring and everything that you are nurturing this summer comes into your harvest in the fall. And that's when you pretty much come back to Florida if you're going away again this year. So I feel like whatever seeds you're planting now, they're like, don't worry about it. We got you. It's okay. Just, don't worry about it. And then plant those seeds for what you want to create moving into that future. So that's what I'm seeing for you today, Susie. Thanks for being here. All right, let's see who's next. I should probably just write some of you guys down when I say this. All right, Maureen. Maureen. Okay. Maureen. So I'm you're still getting acquainted and adjusted. You're learning your way around. You're learning where different things are. I feel like this is a whole cool adventure. You know what I mean? And I feel like you are, what else are you doing? I feel like you're out and about a lot. Are you out and about a lot? You know what I mean? But I feel like there's like this underlying, it's weird because it feels like a rug. I feel like I'm touching a rug, an underlying rug. I don't know what this is about. Underlying rug. Would that mean something to you? Why would I say that? Underlying rug. I don't know. I don't know where that is. Write that down, Maureen, because I feel like that's going to be significant to look up or jog a memory or something like that. But I feel like there's because I feel like this rug and then it turns into like this magic carpet. I feel like whatever was keeping it not flowing in the air, because magic carpets are supposed to fly in the sky. So I feel like this is where you get to fly now. This is where you find your freedom. Okay. So don't feel like I don't know what you're feeling. Like you're going through a lot of stuff right now. Like there's a lot of, I feel like is it the full moon that's coming up and is it affecting you? I mean, because I feel like I'm all over the place with you right now. Like, which way do I go, George? Which way do I go? But just know that, your sun is coming through and I'm getting this big, it's funny because I'm getting daisies. I think he always gives you daisies. Are these daisies? Yeah, I think they are daisies. White daisies, little daisies. But anyways, a big bouquet of flowers because springtime is going to be an exciting time for you. There's new beginnings that start for you also in your spring, and he's bringing that forward for you, Maureen. So I'm going to give you that. All right, so there was Maureen. All right, let's see. We got Lenka. Spread your wings and fly. That's what I'm hearing for you. Spread your wings and fly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm getting the number 8 for you. 8 for you. And these are 8 things. Well, actually, aren't you going away in like 8 months? 7 months, 8 months, 7 into 8. But anyways, because I feel like these are connections because the lines are parallel to each other. So I feel like these are connections that you are meeting together with. And this is, okay, so who would call you Bella? Would someone call you Bella, Lenka? Why would they do that? Who is this? Huh. I feel like this is a man stepping forward for you right now, and I don't know why, but he's calling you Bella. I've never heard this story before. If there is this a story that goes with this, but anyways, he is stepping forward right now, very, very strongly. He seems to be. He's not going to tell me who the hell he is, but he stands about 6 feet tall. He has dark hair. He has broad shoulders. And there is a mystical white horse standing behind him. And all I can see is him as a shadow with this white horse behind him. Is this something you've drawn? But he sends his love. And the horse, because you're going to be taking off when the horse takes off in February. So be ready, February 17th. It's going to be awesome. All right. So I'm going to leave that with you, Lenka. All right. Let's see. We got Shirley. Shirley. Pretty sure she's out there. I'll leave her a message. Shirley. All right. Things are getting put together. You know what I mean? Because it's almost like showing me like putting together like an IKEA desk, right? It takes patience to put things together. Okay, so I'm seeing, and it looks cute. I don't know why they're using IKEA. I don't know. But anyways, we're using IKEA. But they're showing like putting all the nuts and the bolts and everything together. And once it's all tightened together, it's all good to go. So this is something that you're building for yourself. It just takes time to build, right? It's kind of like building and rebuilding, kind of like what you're going through. But it's like it's a solid foundation, and it's a very solid foundation for you to grow, okay, in the way that you want to grow, okay, because there's things that are going to pop up for you. There's going to be some new opportunities that show up for you, which is going to be great because there's, a lot of people, so there are going to be lots of opportunities. I feel like old people that you haven't seen in a while are going to be showing up and be like, hey, I haven't seen you in a while, where you been? And you're just like catching up on old times. So I'm getting that for you. So I see that for you this coming year for you, Shirley. All right, Jill and Roy. Jill and Roy, I'm seeing you guys sitting down at a table and playing cards. I almost want to feel like it's either gin rummy, or I feel like there's a cribbage board. I feel like this is an old school game that, and I would need a refresher on how to play both of those because that's how long it's been. But something nostalgia, something old school. I guess that's kind of like what your house kind of reminds me of. You know what I mean? Yeah. So nostalgia. So something from the past. Maybe you sit down and do it when you pick up a new hobby with you guys playing cards. I think you guys play cards, but I don't know what you play. But I'm seeing cards. So maybe there's like a group around town that you can get together with and play cards with, because I feel like, once you're settled in, you can find out more about the town and kind of like, get involved in things. So I feel like that's coming up for you guys. But the cards, and they're the old school cards too. I don't have a deck right in front of me. I usually have all my props in front of me. I use that deck of cards. We played cards a while ago. So there's that. So Lenka says, no, but Bella means beautiful. So maybe that, although I can't pinpoint male calling me that, meaning on the other side. I get what you mean. Twinkle says, thank you for the positive message. Absolutely. Absolutely. Woo, 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 woo. All right. Let's see. I just got show host left. Ruth and Carol Ann. Ruth and Carol Ann. We'll do Ruth first. Ruth. All righty. Ruth, I feel like you're a balloon. I feel like you're tethered to something. I feel like, it's funny because I say the balloon and then, I just saw the Goodyear blimp, you know what I mean? And how it's weighted down and all the things that have been weighting you down are finally going to be lifted. And then you can finally fly away a little bit. So I feel like there's going to be some newfound freedom coming for you in the very near future. And you just get to fly away. And you get to do more of the things you like to do. I know you're doing a lot of the things you like to do already, but I feel like there's more. You know what I mean? Yes. So I'm seeing that for you, Ruth. So once the weights are lifted, you are free to go. And they are coming very soon. All right, Carol Ann. Oh, Carol Ann, they're saying stay warm this weekend. We're supposed to be very cold. Blistery cold, like up north cold. You guys take your winter back. Take it back. We don't like it. At least I don't like it. I'm a big baby now. Anything below 70 is freezing to me, you guys. Anything below 70 is freezing. All right, Carolyn, let's see what I get for you. I'm getting a memoir. Are you writing something? I don't think you want to write. You could just tell it all to AI and it can write it for you. But I feel like you have a story you would like to tell. That's, that is everlasting. You know what I mean? I feel like there's an experience you want to share. Maybe it's to go with the all the ancestry stuff you like to do. You know what I mean? So there's something that you can leave behind that says something. You know what I mean? I don't know. I feel like it has to do with ancestry. And I don't normally get people for you, but I'm either getting a mom or a grandma. This lady is wearing an apron, red and white checkered apron. I feel like she's in the kitchen. She's cooking something. I smell biscuits, but I also smell like a pot roast or something like that, something meaty. They're saying they're bringing forth their ability, whatever they were sharing then, to you now. Like there's something you're remembering from those days or that time, or maybe it's part of the life review. I don't know. But they're stepping forward for you, and maybe you're going to get in the kitchen and cook a little bit more, my friend. Maybe that's what they're showing me. Break out your aprons and get to cooking. All right, I got to all of you at exactly 9:00. Man, I do pretty good sometimes. Jill says, we play cards rummy. We also play Yahtzee with friends. Thanks, Melissa. You're welcome. It's funny because I also see a cribbage board. So you might be out somewhere and see one of those. I don't know why I'm seeing the cribbage board, but I am, yes. Carolyn says, yes, Melissa. Thank you, darling. Thank you. Great show. It's a great show because of all of you. I would not have a show if you guys didn't show up here. But we are in a time of change and transition for the better, for the betterment of humanity. All of it. Okay. All of it. So it's going to be amazing to see what happens in the next few months. Just know that stay grounded in your faith in what happens next. And that's blind faith sometimes, that's that trust that I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? because God's got our back, especially when we're connected. And we've come way past the tipping point. The switch is being flipped, and we're part of that switch. Okay, because happiness needs to happen worldwide, and it happens everywhere. So you guys be the most amazing beings you can be this week. Spread your light here, there, and everywhere, because we are shining that light, and the darkness says no place left to hide. They have to go. The light has taken over. Love you guys. See you next Friday.
Thanks for listening. We hope you enjoyed the show.